Yo, YouTube, what's good, what's good? It's your man, the rich kid, back at you with another video, another topic. Yo, let's talk about this Cowboys Nation stand up. Breaking news, if you haven't heard by now, Trevon Diggs has been released from the Dallas Cowboys. If you ask me, Cowboys Nation, I feel like it's been a long time coming, man. The handwriting's been on the wall for a minute with Trevon. It's just been so much swirling around Trevon, man. Basically from the offseason, from last offseason all the way to now, man. It's just been a whirlwind of speculation and drama and this and that. Every day is something new, something negative about Trevon, man. I mean, it's so much, man. And honestly, I'm really glad that it has happened. Finally, I had been wishing and wanting it to happen, that they were gonna let him go, and they finally did. So yeah, man. Honestly, Trevon hasn't been that dude Trevon since after his first year. Really, once he hurt his knee, when he tore his ACL the first time, I want to say that was it practice? I think he's never been the same, man. He hasn't. And it's sad because Trevon had such an uptrend, man, to be really a very elite DB corner, man. Really, he had the makings of being a Hall of Fame type corner, man, if he had stayed healthy, But the injury bug got Trevon. I think the money and the fame also got to Trevon too, man. I'm just keeping it real. I was listening to a little bit about Trevon's past. He shout out to Cowboys fan talk. Rome was talk. They were talking about the same situation of him being released today, and I forgot that Trevon is originally from the DMV. DC, Maryland, Virginia area, and he's from Maryland. And Silver Spring, shout out to Silver Spring. That's where your boy, the rich kid, was originally born at, in Silver Spring, Maryland, you know what I mean? But, Silver Spring ain't no real hood. I used to live in the DC area, and I actually worked out in Silver Spring. And Silver Spring is a relatively nice area, and I was thinking, I'm like, yeah, he's, if he's from Silver Spring, him and his brother, Stefan, they come from a single family home. Their mother, I don't believe they had a father, and they both came from, they were sheltered, man. They were sheltered, and it makes sense now that. Now that they got money, they got fame, fortune, all that, their actions and the rumors and, all the drama, swirling around them. You kind of see why now, because they were sheltered their whole life, man. You know what I mean? Coming out of Silver Spring, Maryland, with a single mother who probably, didn't allow them to, hit the streets and do all the things that cats did, back in the days, you know what I'm saying? They didn't have a father, so she had to play the father role, you know what I mean? But now that they're all grown up and they've got millions of dollars, at their access, now they got, all types of women, at their access, with Trevon, with the whole, he got 7 kids from 7 different baby mom, different mothers, and Stefan, he with that trash ass Cardi B, and whoever else he done knocked up on the way. It makes sense, man. It does. It makes sense. There's rumors about Trevon possibly sleeping with Marshawn Nealon's ex, the guy that committed suicide early in the year for us, man. Our defensive lineman. You know what I'm saying? Which is sickening, man. It is very sickening. And when I heard that, it made me think like, wow, what was that the reason why he committed suicide? Makes you think. It makes you think. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the truth will come out. Ain't no question about it. The truth will come out of what really happened with that. But I'm just saying, man, all the stuff, all the controversy, his attitude's been piss poor ever since they got rid of Micah. Micah was his best friend on the team. Traded Micah, he ain't never been the same since, man. It's like he was just a pouting, spoiled little brat, man. And he contributed nothing to our season. Not just this season, the last several seasons, he hasn't really contributed anything. He hasn't been the same, man. So it's like, what's the point of even having him around? In the locker room, just like Mike Fisher was saying, just moping around. Nobody, after a certain point, man, nobody wants to see that anymore, man. You just bring a bad spirit to the team, man. So, it's time to go, man. It is just time to part ways. And I think that the Cowboys did the right thing. We got 1 week left. But, hey, you might as well. I think they were going to do it anyway. What's the point of holding on to another week and, a meaningless week? That ain't going to mean jack at the end of the year. So, just let him go. And they let him go. Whatever Trevon decides to do, they talking about he might want to try to get on a playoff team. I don't know who in their right mind is going to try to bring in Trevon Diggs at this point. I wouldn't touch Trevon Diggs right now. Absolutely not, man. But yeah, man, it's really been sad because, again, like I said, Trevon had potential, man, to be one of the all-time greats, man. Had he stayed healthy, had he kept his head on straight, you know what I mean? Had he not get caught up in a lot of BS nonsense, you know what I'm saying? I think he would have been one of the all-time greats, but it wasn't meant to be. He had one good year, his rookie year, and but he was never the same after the injury. Everything just went downhill on him, man. Yeah, man. So, yeah, man. YouTube, Cowboys Nation. So, just wanted to chime in on that. Let y'all know. I know you probably know that, the Cowboys released Diggs. They let Diggs go today. And I'm happy. I am. I'm happy that he's gone. Finally, now hopefully we can move on from all that. And, now we got to start thinking about the offseason, about free agency and the draft. This is a pivotal year, man. We got to get this shit right this season, this offseason. The Joneses, McClay, Shoddy, they got to get their brains right, got to get their heads right. We got to get the right players, especially on this defense, man. We got to get this D right, man. We got an offense now that can put up points, that is potential Super Bowl bound, yo. And there's no question. There's no question our offense, man, is capable of making a deep run to the Super Bowl. But we have no D, man. We got to get some defensive players in here to help this offense, man. If we do the right thing, be a player in the free agency, draft some good players in the draft, there's no reason why the Cowboys can't come back next year and make this run, man. For not just next year, maybe the next couple of seasons. You know what I mean? But, it just all depends on this offseason, man. Jerry Jones, it falls on you. Stephen Jones, it falls on you. Will McClay, it falls on you. Ryan Schottenheimer, it falls on you. It's the front office, man. Y'all got to do it. Y'all got to do it. And you ain't got no excuses. You have to do it. Or you just wasted Dak, Lamb, Pickens, that offensive line, all them young players, man. You just wasting them. You might as well get rid of them. If you're not going to try to get this team right, do the right thing, get the right players in here, You just wasting good talent, man. You might as well just get rid of them, honestly, in my opinion. But anyway, YouTube, not gonna make this video too long. Chime in on this. Let me know how y'all feel about Diggs leaving. Comment. It's your man, the Rich Kid. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend. I'm out. Cowboys Nation. Peace.